So a good friend of mine, Danny Spence, whom I turned pro with back in 1999, gave me a phone call while he was at the Joburg to see earlier this year, and he said to me, "Owen, I think I see a gap in the market here. We need to get back into the sport of mountain biking or back into cycling at a competitive level." And I thought to myself, wow, this is a brave idea, or maybe even a silly idea. But we put our thinking caps on, we scratched our heads a little bit, and we came up with a whole concept. And the concept is trying to balance our families. We both have children, we both involved in business, and now we're going to try to maximize the limited time we have on a bicycle to get to the top of our game, which is probably 95% of the bunch out there. Now, over the next couple of episodes, we're going to be showing you how it is possible to do this. We've enlisted the help of a coach, Sam Ferreira, a physiologist as well, and in Zach Van Jeden. And it's going to be a tough quest to try and get back to the top of our game. Especially since Danny's been out of the game for the past 6 years already. I've been dabbling in the sport in and out a little bit.
I think getting back into the game after 6 years is quite a daunting thought. I would imagine likewise, getting off the couch or getting away from the computer and onto a bicycle is a daunting thought. It's exciting, but very daunting. I mean, you look at the races that the people put together. We've got some of the most beautiful landscape in our country. You can go from one day classic rides all the way to 3-day events, all the way up to 8-stage races. It's really exciting what you can get involved in. But I suppose you really got to go back to the basics. You've got to be sensible about your approach. So it's important to speak to the right people, see where your body's at, and put the right steps first.
From my perspective today, we're going to start with body composition. It's a good sedate test to start. I'm not putting you under physical stress. And for me, I need to get a bit of a feel of where your body is. So how much muscle, how big is the engine, how much fat. So it's a fuel reservoir, but it's also potential baggage. The sandbags you're dragging up and down hills with you. So that's the first part of it. Get a bit of a feel of your body type. The body type starts to get us into that predictive sort of area where we can say, well, this type of training will work for you and that type of training won't work for you. So there's a bit of method in the madness as well. It's not just about the body composition. And from there, as I said earlier, we get onto the simulator, get you on the bike and start looking at how you perform on a bike, how comfortable you are on the bike. Is there anything we can change with that bike setup to make sure that you're getting maximum energy for your input? Every ounce of energy you put on that bike should be giving you an equal amount of energy out. There always will be a little bit of waste, but minimize the waste. And then start looking at how we can improve from a training program point of view. What do we need to do with you to get you to the level you need to be at to perform?
I think today's lifestyle is very fast-paced. The demands on anybody is high. I think you've got to be careful about what you I suppose put yourself to, because it's gonna require time. We've obviously linked up with Sam and Zach, and they're pretty confident on a limited time they can smash a training program together and get some really good results out of us. So I'm very eager to see what they have to say, and I'm obviously very eager to see what that does to my family life. I hope that not only dealing with the stressful pace of a working environment, that it actually helps me be a better family man.
I think the benefits being that you've got something structured. You know that when you wake up in the morning, you know what you're going to be doing, you know what's on the card, and as a coach as well, we can plan your training to your races, whereas you're not just waking up and just doing whatever you feel like in the morning. You know when you wake up, you're doing the right stuff and you're getting the maximum benefit out of that training that you're doing. Owen's got a lot more experience and has been training a bit more. Danny is coming off sort of pretty much quite a minimal base, so we'll be looking at starting him fresh and working him up slowly and then seeing from there. Owen just taking the existing training that he has been doing and building on that and seeing his strengths and weaknesses and then building up.
Yeah, so I must say at the Joburg to see, one of the most common terms that I heard was, I've only got a certain amount of cards to play in the year. I have to pick my events carefully. I have to be specific about getting my rides in so it doesn't impact my family life. And I hope that over the next couple of months that we actually can show that we'd rather include the family. Don't use the terminology of cards to play, but rather bring the family into the environment. And for me, it would be just a wonderful way for my daughters to grow up in a sporting environment. I certainly hope one day that'll help them make the right choices.
Obviously, this is a mountain biking team, so we'll be venturing a lot off the road as well, trying to upskill our skills and get up to the top of our game. But it's not going to be an easy process. It's something I'm looking forward to. And I'm sure Danny as well, as it's going to be his first real venture into mountain biking. But I think it is possible, and if we can do it, I'm sure that you'll be able to do it at home as well.